morning. It's good to see all of you here this morning. Just want to make a couple of quick announcements. We do have our youth get-together / Super Bowl party tonight. If you have a youth and they usually don't come, want to think about starting to come here, invite them. We're going to start about 5:30. We're going to have pizza, chips, drinks, and we're going to hang out, watch some football, play some basketball, just a little bit of everything. I've had a couple ask me what time we're going to go till. Usually it's over about 8 or 8:30, so somewhere in there. Don't leave them till 10. They'll be locked outside somewhere. I will not be here. No, but we invite them to come. The goal of that is to not only invite them to be able to come to the youth event and get to hang out, but also then to invite them to the Merge event that we've got coming up. We got the Merge event coming up the next month in the 6th, 7th, and 8th of March. It'll be a Friday night, all day Saturday. And then Sunday morning, we'll be back here. We've got at least 4 to 5 churches already involved now, hoping to get a couple more. We're going to meet about that this week. But it's a good way to start getting the youth involved with other youth in their community and just getting together, worshiping the Lord, and talking out through everything that's going on. It's something they need. I can tell it in our kids. I can tell it. They need it. I need it. We need a revival of sorts. Everybody does. Every church does at times. And I think Merge couldn't show up at a better time for us. So if you still want to help, if you want to get involved, you can see me after church. I've had a couple people ask me this morning what they could help with. And so we're working out details, but there's always things you can help with. So we'd love to have you with that. With that being said, let's go ahead and stand. I'm going to pray for us so we can get started this morning in worship. God, thank you for today. Thank you for allowing us to be in your heart or in your house. Lord, open up our hearts. Humble us. That's what we're asking this morning. Just humble us enough where the Holy Spirit can overtake us and get us out of the way, where we can worship you as you deserve to be worshiped. Lord, this morning as we sit here and we think about who you are and what you've done in our lives, continue to let us show that to other people, that it wouldn't just stay here in this house, that it wouldn't stay here in this community, that it would spread further than that people would see the glorious things that you're capable of and the ways that you are capable of changing us from the inside out. Lord, let others not see us, but let them see Jesus in us. Lord, as we get ready to worship this morning and Daryl brings your word, help us just focus on how it can change us, how it can exalt and lift you up in all that we say and do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Treasures of fame, never that was our youngest child, Sarah, helping us this morning. And seems kind of odd to me that I'd have to introduce her to you. But she was raised here, and she came back this Sunday to help us out with the music, and we appreciate her. Thank her for doing that. Matthew chapter 17, 10 through 21. We are going to start, the Lord wills, it may not happen the way I think it will, but if the Lord wills, we'll start today a three-part message on this story that comes out of Matthew 17. Jesus, Peter, James, and John have just come down from the Mount of Transfiguration, and they meet a father and a crowd, but a father who brings his demon-possessed son to the other 9 disciples who were down at the base of the mountain, while Jesus, Peter, James, and John were up on the top of the mountain. The father brings the demon-possessed son to the other 9 disciples at the base of the mountain for them to cast the demon out. And it draws a crowd. And they cannot cast the demon out. And Jesus, Peter, James, and John come down from the mountain, and that's our story. There's so much in the story, I could go quite a few weeks. I plan to go 3 weeks. And each week is different. This part will not be on the screen, but on your hard copy, there is an outline of the message on the back side of your hard copy announcements. On the back side, for 3 weeks, the Lord willing, it will be the mustard seed. That's today. And then next week is ministry. And then the last week is demons. So today is the mustard seed. Here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and start to read. That is a picture of Mount Hermon. And we think maybe that's the mountain that Jesus, Peter, James, and John, Moses, and Elijah were where the Mount of Transfiguration took place. If that's the case, they came down the mountain. They are probably in a place called Caesarea Philippi, where they confront the father with his son. And so the mountain, as Jesus refers to the mountain in the story, would be northeast. Okay? So he would have pointed northeast, and he said, look at that mountain. So there's a picture of Mount Hermon, the highest peak in Israel. Matthew chapter 17, 10 through 21. Jesus, Peter, James, and John coming down from the mountain, and his disciples asked him, saying, why then do the scribes say, now this would be Peter, James, and John, why then do the scribes say that Elijah must first come? Jesus answered and said to them, indeed, Elijah is coming first and will restore all things. But I say to you that Elijah has come already, and they did not know him, but they did to him whatever they wished. Likewise, the Son of Man is also about to suffer at their hands. Then the disciples understood that he spoke to them of John the Baptist. I was going to deal with, that's almost a sidebar issue right there, kind of the story before the story. I was going to deal with that this morning, but I'm anxious to get to the heart of the message. So it could be that I'll deal with that little sidebar issue next week. We'll see what happens when next week gets here. So now we get into the heart of this story of Jesus healing the demon-possessed boy. And when they had come to the multitude, so Peter, James, and John, Jesus coming down the mountain, they are confronted by a multitude, by a large crowd. A man came to him, kneeling down to him, saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is an epileptic and suffers severely, for he often falls into the fire and often into the water. So I brought him to your disciples. So that'd be the other 9 who were still there at the base of the mountain. I'm slowing down right here. I want you to see that. I brought him to your disciples, but they could not cure him. They could not cure him. Verse 17, then Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I bear with you? Bring him here to me. And Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then the disciples came to Jesus privately and said, here I'm going to slow down again. Why could we not cast it out? They could not do it. They could not cure him. And they asked Jesus, why can we not cast it, the demon, out? And Jesus said to them, because of your unbelief. For assuredly I say to you, if you have faith as a mustard seed. Now, somewhere along the way in history or in the future, there's been a preacher, there will be a preacher, preach this to us, and he will say the mustard seed is the smallest seed. It's not, okay, but it's just really small, all right? But I don't know where that came from, that the mustard seed is the smallest seed. It's just a really small seed. I think we've got some at home in the cabinet. I was going to bring one to you, but what's the point? You can't see it, so it's small. You will say to this mountain, which that didn't work because the mountain's not there anymore, but northeast is Mount Hermon, and it looks to them very much like you saw on the screen. Snow-capped all the time. Huge mountain. And they're at the relatively close to the base of it. If you had faith as a mustard seed that if I hold up you couldn't even see it, and you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. However, this kind, I'm not going to deal with that today, in the future, Lord willing, this kind of demon does not go out except by prayer and fasting. Looking at your outline, and a lot of this will be on the screen. I'm going to start this way. The size of the seed and the mountain, it's hyperbole on Jesus' part. He wants the difference to be extreme. He wants you to see that. That's obvious. He's giving them a mental picture of what real faith is like. He said, if you would just have faith as the smallest mustard seed, it doesn't take much. You can say to this mountain, the size of the seed and the size of the mountain is irrelevant when it comes to the power of Jesus. Now, I just want to make this point right here, because when we're talking about faith and we're talking about prayer, there probably is no way that all of us in the room can escape the human tendency to put our problems in an order or a category of things, we just do that. Things that we can do and things that we can't do. Some problems for us are bigger than other problems are. That's just that we're human. You will not be able to escape that. You can't put it all in one place. We tend to do the same thing with sin, and we're human, and we will not. There really is no greater sin than another sin. But I know it. We look at it like that. I do, because the consequences are different. But anyway, it's just impossible for us to completely grasp that some things are harder than other things for us. It's not that way with God. It's not that way with Him. The size of the mountain and the size of the seed is irrelevant with God. But He just wants you to see the difference. That it's no problem for Him to make the mountain move. Okay, obviously you're not really talking about mountains in your life. You're probably not, most of us are not dealing with demon possession in our life, but all of us have something. It seems like a mountain. It seems like a demon. It seems like Satan. This mountain, this problem, this adversity, this thing is just so much bigger than me. The demon in that boy was something that those disciples could not deal with. But with God, I want to just say this and move on. You can be overwhelmed by your problem. You cannot overwhelm God with your problem, okay? You are overwhelmed with your problem. You are overwhelmed with that person or that issue or that demon. God is not overwhelmed by any of that. He's not overwhelmed by you. He's not overwhelmed by anything that you can do. And he's not overwhelmed by anything anybody you know can do. He cannot be overwhelmed. He's the creator. Nothing he created can overwhelm him. That wouldn't make sense at all. So the size of the mountain, how would God do that? How would God make a mountain move? Okay, in my mind, I kept on in my head taking my arm like this. Move it over. But it's not like that, is it? How did he create it? There was one day, not 6,000 days, not 6,000 years, not 1,000 days, 1,000. There was one day God created Mount Hermon. One day. How did he do it? Remember? He spoke it. He didn't do this. He didn't form it. He spoke it. And if you look at it, look at all the people that Jesus comes in contact with, he encounters, and the situations, and so many of the times he might touch them, he speaks it. The 3 people that he raised back to life from the dead, every one of those, he spoke it. And so, I don't know if it means much to you. I think it's just kind of cool. If Mount Hermon's going to move, he's not going to do this. What's he going to do? Move. Move. And Mount Hermon says, how far? I want you to move a foot. I want you to move an inch. But you got to move. He spoke it, and he keeps speaking it. He doesn't have to work at it. He doesn't have to try at it. And that mountain in your life, all he's got to do is speak it. Now you're saying, man, I want God to speak. I do too. I do too. But if you had faith as a grain of mustard seed, he can speak that mountain. I keep doing my hand. I just can't help it. He can speak that mountain to move. It's not a problem for him. I spent way too much time on that. Let's move on. Okay, here's the deal with the mustard seed. Just the smallest amount. Mountains and demons will never obey you. But they have to obey Jesus. The size of the faith of the mustard seed is all in faith in Jesus, not you. This is not about working up faith. This is not even, listen to me carefully here, because there are times when the Bible talks about increasing our faith and greater faith, but that's not this story, though. Every story's got its own teaching element, teaching part to it. That's not this story. This is not about, listen, this is not about increasing your faith. That's not what Jesus said. If you had the faith of the grain of mustard seed, this isn't about increasing your faith. It's about faith in Jesus, not in you. It's about getting, I'm just going to say it bluntly, it's about getting rid of you. And it's all about him. If you can get rid of yourself, if you can get rid of depending on you, that's what's blocking mustard seed faith, is because you're putting more faith in what you can do and what you're trying to do. If you can step away from it and step out of it, the disciples tried to heal the boy and they can't do it because demons don't obey you. Mountains don't obey you. Problems are not scared of you. Nothing Satan does is, he's never afraid of you. It's Jesus in you. So the key to mustard seed faith is not increasing your faith so much. There's other stories about that. It's about getting rid of you. You hardly ever hear a preacher say this. It's about not trying so much. It's about not trying so hard to do it yourself. But completely stepping out of it, completely stepping away from it, and saying, God, this is a demon, this is a mountain, this is a problem that I cannot solve. I cannot do it. I cannot affect it. I cannot change it. God, I cannot. And if it's going to be done, if anything's going to be done, God, it's going to have to be you. That's mustard seed faith. Mountains and demons will never obey you, but they have to obey Jesus. Here's an example. In Acts chapter 19, I think it's a funny story. Acts chapter 19, this is an example of some people who got in their head that they're going to cast out demons, kind of like the disciples tried to do with this boy. Then some of the itinerant Jewish exorcists took it upon themselves to call the name of the Lord Jesus over those who had evil spirits, saying, we exorcise you by the Jesus whom Paul preaches. And they don't know who Jesus is. They just know he's somebody Paul preaches. Also, there were 7 sons of Sceva, a Jewish priest, who did so. Now, the demon talks back. And an evil spirit, the demon answered and said, Jesus I know, and Paul I know, but who are you? You can't do it. Paul does it by the power of Jesus. The disciples tried to do it without Jesus there. They can't do it. You're trying to do it without Jesus there. You can't do it. It doesn't matter how big the mountain is. Doesn't matter how puny the demon is. They don't care about you. They will answer to Jesus. And so again, this is about getting rid of me, my effort, my trying so hard. Last screen. Some things require authority we don't have. This last part, if you have your outline, well, let's just go to this screen. We put all 3 on one screen. What we're doing now is we're getting ready to pray. Now, what I want to ask you to do as we get ready to pray is work on this part right here, this ending part, getting ready to pray part, is about getting rid of you and laying it all on Jesus. Getting rid of you and laying it all on Jesus. We're going to divide this on your hard copy. I put it this way. Three types of people. So you will identify more or less with one of these types. I have identified at some point with all 3. 3 types of people there in this story. First one is the 9 disciples trying to help someone. The 9 disciples trying to help someone. Okay, of the 3 this morning, that's me. You're a disciple of Jesus Christ, and you have a good heart, and you are trying to help someone. Whatever that means. You're trying to witness to someone. You're just trying to help someone along. You are a disciple trying to help someone. But it's not going real well. And, Lord, I could just stay with this one. It's not going real well. And sometimes it seems like it's all you trying. And maybe it seems that way because it is that way. It's you trying. It's you're witnessing in your own power. You're doing whatever you're doing, and that's great. It's a good heart. Everybody appreciates the attempt, but you're doing it in your own power, trying to, and you're doing it in your own strength. And mountains and demons don't care what you think. Mountains and demons and problems and issues with other people that you're trying to help, it will not change. It will not move just because you say so. And so there are disciples in the room who are trying to help people, but it's not going real well because it's you trying. And so what I'm going to ask you this morning to do as we have our prayer time, if this person type is you, I'm going to ask you to step out of you. Now this is going to get rough. And some of you aren't going to like me. And you're not going to like what I say here. At the end of the service, part of the service, we're going to come and pray. If you are a disciple of Jesus trying to help people, but it's not going real well, and here is an opportunity to come and pray and in a sense, step back and lay yourself and that person at an altar and say, Jesus, I'm trying, it's not going real well. I need you to do this instead of me. This is what you're not going to like. There are some of you who will not step out of your seat and come and pray because you're too proud. Well, nothing's going to change. You're going to keep at it. You're going to keep trying to do good things. Nothing's going to come of it until you lay down your pride and admit to the Lord and everybody, I can't do it. I just can't do it. Jesus, I need your help. I cannot do it. It's nothing. Mountains are not moving. Demons are not scared of me. Nothing is happening spiritually. And Jesus, I need your help. If you're not willing to step out of your seat and come and pray about you and someone else, then you're really not in that discipleship place of really trying to help. You're pretending. You're pretending. You're going through the motions. Nothing's ever going to change until you get down on your knees, so to speak, and say, Jesus, I've got to have you. I've got to have your help. Okay. The next one is the person type, the father of his son. This is a little more personal. It's a little more emotional. It's one thing for me, it's one thing to be a disciple helping someone else, but the father of his son is personal. So this is where you have someone in your life that you're really close to. It doesn't have to be, obviously it doesn't have to be the father and his son. It could be the son and his father. It could be husband and wife. Just, you know what I mean. Just there's a close relationship somewhere in your life. And that person, can you imagine a father bringing his demon-possessed son to Jesus, what that would feel like? Desperate. I've got to have help. I've got to do something. And so the father of his son is a little bit different than the disciples trying to help someone, because this has become so personal. This has become so heart-wrenching. I am so desperate in trying to reach this person. I'm so desperate trying to help this person. And Jesus, I need your help, because I can't do this. Nothing I say, nothing I do has helped. Everything I try doesn't work. Jesus, I need your help. Now, here's what you're not going to like. That's going to require you stepping out of your seat and coming to an altar and prayer. Many of you say, well, I've done that before. I'm going to ask you to do it again. What I'm asking you to do is to not give up. Now, here's what you're really not going to like. If you are especially close to someone in the room, I'm going to ask you to swallow your pride. Get rid of you. If that person that you're so burdened for is in the room with you, in this room, during our prayer time, I'm going to ask you to go to them and ask them if they will come with you to an altar of prayer. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. That's the problem. when we're not willing to swallow our pride enough. Pride is the enemy of prayer. And it's gotten a hold of some of us, where we're not even willing to step out of our seat and come and pray for someone. Pride has gotten a hold of you. That has got to change. But if that person is in the room, so it would be so much easier if they were not in the room. If that person's in the room, will you go to them and say, would you come with me to an altar and pray? I'm going to ask you to swallow your pride and pray. If you really love them. The last one is the Son. You're not going to like this. You're the one. You're the one who needs prayer. You are the one. You need somebody praying for you. You're the one. You are the Son. I'm not saying you're demon-possessed, but all of us at times are demon-oppressed. You're the one. You're the one who needs to come and pray. And you don't need to shield it and hide it and act like, oh, I'm coming for someone else. No, you're the one. You're not going to like it. If you're the one that needs prayer, I'm going to ask you to step out of your seat and come up, and I'm going to ask you to swallow your pride and say, I need help. I need prayer help. If you're the one, if you're the Son, if you're the one, you come up. If you want to ask me to pray, I will do everything I can to stop and pray for you. Aaron is here. He will pray for you. Or if there's somebody else in the room that you feel really comfortable with and you want to ask them to come and pray for you, I'm going to ask you to swallow your pride and ask them to come and pray for you. I want you to be able to come up and ask me to pray for you, Aaron to pray for you, anyone else in the room that you love, you're comfortable with, they will pray for you. But you're the one who needs prayer. I'm going to ask you musicians to come. We're going to get ready to pray. A lot of things to pray about. Well, there always are. But mountains are not going to move until we start that mustard seed faith, just a little bit. But we got to get rid of us. We've got to get rid of our pride. We've got to get rid of caring what everybody thinks and lay it all down and say, Lord, I need help with this. You may be a disciple and you're trying your best, but you need help with that, and you need to get rid of yourself and let Jesus begin to work through you. You may be the Father and the Son. There's somebody in your life that you're really close to. It's an emotional thing. It's a heart-wrenching thing. And you're really close to them, and you've been praying for them, but this morning you feel like you just really gotta do it again, pray it again. And if that person's in the room, I want you to go to them and bring them to an altar with you and pray. And it could be that you're the one who needs prayer. And so I'm going to again ask you to swallow your pride and come up and ask somebody to pray for you. I remember years ago, see, I'm asking you to do things that are really hard for me to do. I remember years ago I was going through something, and after church I asked the deacons of our church to stay, and they were sitting here on the front row, and I asked them to pray for me. I asked them to stay after church and pray for me. That doesn't seem like a big deal till you're the one doing it, till you're the one asking somebody else to pray for you. I had to swallow my pride and tell them, men, I need help. I need prayer help. I'm going to ask you to stand. If you're a disciple, you need to come and pray. If you've got someone just really close in your life you're burdened for, you need to come and pray. If you're the one who needs prayer and you'd like for me or someone else to pray for you, come and pray.
You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, and you're turning lives around. I worship you. I worship you. You are here. Oh, you're mending every heart. I worship you. I worship you. 'Cause you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You're our waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. That is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. I know that is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, that you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You're my waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. That is who you are. That is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. That is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. That is who you are. Oh, I know that is who you are. That is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are.
Okay. Hopefully there's always next week. So I have got so much to say, but Lord willing, we'll do more next week. Okay. Step out and step up. Prayer if you have somebody most of the time who's not here and you want to stand in for them. This is a time to step up here for them.